All right, ready to dive in today. We're talking weight loss supplements and specifically this CalmLean I keep seeing everywhere.
Ah, yeah, everyone wants a piece of that weight loss magic, don't they?
It's a jungle out there. And our listeners want to know the real deal with CalmLean, especially all these claims about it being stimulant-free, perfect for guys who want to avoid the jitters. We're digging into the marketing stuff over at topnaturalhealth.com to separate fact from fiction. By the way, listeners, stick around till the end. Topnaturalhealth.com has a special promo code just for you if you want to check them out.
Always a good idea to be a savvy shopper.
Okay, so big question is game changer or just clever marketing? They're pushing this whole natural angle, hard working with your body to shed those pounds, all thanks to this unique blend of ingredients they've cooked up. But what did you think of their formula? What stood out to you?
Well, the first thing that caught my eye was this force lean. This feels kind of sci-fi, right?
Right, like some kind of futuristic weight loss tech?
Well, minus the spaceship. It's actually an extract from a plant Coleus friscoli, if you want to get technical. There's been some buzz about it, a few studies saying it might help your body burn a bit more fat.
Yeah, they were really touting those studies. 5, they said. 5 whole studies. Is that a big deal in the supplement world, or is that like standard practice?
5 definitely has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? But here's the thing. Context is key, right? Some of these studies, yeah, they've shown a potential link between force lean and a little fat reduction, but it's not like a magic bullet for everyone. And you have to consider these studies often use very specific doses of the stuff and the results. Well, they might not be quite as dramatic in the real world, when you're not in a controlled lab setting and all. Promising. Maybe. Breakthrough, like they're claiming. I'd take that with a grain of salt.
So, no instant six-pack abs from popping a force lean pill then. Bummer.
If only it were that easy. Let's talk about this capsicum annuum, though.
Ooh, yeah, that was another one, the whole chili pepper connection. They made it sound like I could just douse my food in hot sauce and watch the pounds melt away. Is there anything to that?
Okay, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your hot sauce dreams might be a little overheated.
No.
Capsicum annuum is what makes chili peppers hot. It can give your metabolism a little boost, but it's usually temporary. And your body, it wises up pretty fast.
Yeah.
You might feel a little warmer after that spicy burrito.
Yeah.
But don't rely on it for lasting weight loss, unfortunately.
Okay, so no shortcuts there. What about these other ingredients? Chromium polynicotinate and bioperine. They sound a lot more science-y.
Right, all official sounding.
Yeah.
They do have their roles, but think of them more like supporting characters in the CalmLean movie.
Okay, I'm listening.
So chromium polynicotinate, it's a form of chromium, an essential mineral our bodies need. And bioperine, that's actually a patented extract from black pepper. They're not going after that fat-burning action like the force lean or capsicum. Instead, they're more like absorption enhancers.
Absorption enhancers, huh? You're going to have to break that down for me.
Basically, imagine them as helpers, making sure your body can actually use the other ingredients effectively. Think of bioperine like it's unlocking the door to your cells so that stuff like force lean can get in and hopefully, work its magic or whatever it's supposed to do.
So it's all about teamwork, these ingredients working together. Makes sense. But what about those before and after photos? They always plaster everywhere. How much of that is the ingredients themselves working wonders versus just really, really good marketing? Because that's what gets me skeptical,
Yeah, it's like they set the stage with all this sciencey ingredient talk and then bam, hit you with the marketing spotlights. All those buzzwords, clinically proven, patented, breakthrough formula, and of course, the money-back guarantee to seal the deal. Makes you think, well, they must be pretty sure about this stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely strategic. Those tactics are all about building that trust. Making you feel like, hey, there's no risk here, why not give it a shot? And that clinically proven thing, that's a big one. People see clinical, they think science, they feel like, okay, this must be legit. But clinically proven doesn't necessarily equal miracle results, right? What does that even mean when we're talking weight loss supplements? Did they actually shrink people's waistlines or just like maybe their cholesterol went down a smidge?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe there was a study, but the results were kind of, nothing to write home about. Or maybe the people in the study, they were already super healthy and fit to begin with, not exactly your average person struggling with their weight. The takeaway here is don't take those claims at face value. Do a little digging yourself.
Like we're doing right now, and I'm guessing that whole no side effects claim, got to be careful with that one too, right? Just because something's natural doesn't mean it's harmless, especially if you've already got other health stuff going on, medications, you name it.
100%. It's easy to forget, but our bodies, they're complicated systems. Even that all-natural herb you're taking it could interact with your meds, mess with a pre-existing condition. You just never know.
Mm.
Honestly, it's always best to loop in your doctor before starting any new supplement, even if it's marketed as the safest thing since sliced bread.
Makes sense. Speaking of not being a one-size-fits-all situation, you mentioned earlier that everyone responds to these things differently, right? What works wonders for one person might do absolutely nothing for someone else, or worse, like you said, could actually cause problems.
That's the thing about us humans. We're all walking around with our own unique biological blueprints, right?
Right.
So expecting some magic weight loss formula to work the same for everyone, it's just not realistic. I get it. It's tempting to buy into the hype, especially with those dramatic before and after photos staring you in the face. But those marketing materials, they're only showing you a tiny sliver of the story.
It's true. You start comparing yourself thinking, what's wrong with me? Why isn't this magic pill working for me?
And that's what they want you to think, right? Like, if only you had this product, all your problems would be solved.
So frustrating.
It really is. Because here's the reality. Sustainable long-term weight loss, it's rarely about just one thing. It's bigger than that. It's about diet, exercise, sleep, stress, all those things we know are important but are hard to actually, keep up with in real life.
So it's not just about popping a pill and calling it a day. It's about looking at the bigger picture of our lives, our habits, which, let's be honest, can be kind of overwhelming. So where do supplements even fit into that whole picture? If someone's listening to this thinking, okay, so should I even bother with CalmLean or any other supplement at all? What would you tell them?
I know, right? It's like we're trying to put together this puzzle, but the pieces keep changing shape. No wonder people are tempted by that quick fix promise, like just take this and poof.
Oh, totally. And to answer your question, supplements, they can have a place, sure, but they're never the star of the show. It's more like,
No.
imagine you're a gardener, right? You wouldn't just sprinkle some fertilizer on a patch of dirt and expect a prize-winning garden to magically sprout up, would you? You gotta water it, give it sunlight, keep the pests away. I like that analogy. So supplements are like the fertilizer, potentially helpful, but only if you're doing all the other important stuff too.
Exactly. And even then, you got to choose your fertilizer carefully, just like you would with a supplement. What works for one plant might not be right for another, and too much fertilizer, well, that can actually do more harm than good.
Makes you think twice, huh? So circling back to CalmLean, what's our final verdict for our listeners? If they're trying to decide if it's the right fertilizer for their weight loss journey, what do they need to keep in mind?
If you're curious about CalmLean, or honestly any supplement out there, the most important thing, go in with a healthy dose of skepticism. Don't expect miracles in a bottle.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the bigger picture of your health.
Right. No magic shortcuts. It's about those sustainable changes we talk about all the time.
Exactly. And those changes, they're going to look different for everyone. What works for your neighbor, your coworker, that guy at the gym with the six-pack bragging about CalmLean, it might not be what your body needs.
So that conversation with your doctor, that's key no matter what, right?
Absolutely. They can help you figure out if a supplement's right for you, if there are any risks based on your health history, your medications, all that. Plus, they can help you create a plan that actually makes sense for you, whether it's medication, therapy, lifestyle changes, the whole 9 yards.
Like having a personal guide for your health journey. Someone to keep you on track, cheer you on.
Love that. And at the end of the day, you're your own best advocate. You get to decide what feels right for your body, what fits into your life.
Such a good reminder. We have the power to make those choices for ourselves. We just need good information and a little self-awareness, like you said.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, there you have it. Another deep dive, successfully navigated. We've waded through the marketing hype, broken down those ingredients, and hopefully given you the knowledge to make those smart choices for your own health journey.
It's been a pleasure diving deep with you as always.
And to our amazing listeners, remember, you're the experts on you.
Yep.
Trust your gut, do your research, and never be afraid to ask questions. Until next time, happy diving.